Hey friends, so today I am making a couple little quick and easy projects. I got these two little signs at the Dollar General in South Dakota when we went on vacation there. They were only $1 each. We don't have a Dollar General around here, so I bought a few fun little things that I'll be doing some crafts with. But I'm trying to get that top paper off. It's kind of a plasticky paper that's on it. And so I kind of use my heat tool, and that definitely helps loosen it. So I got those off, and prior to the video, I painted the back of both of them burnt umber. And now I'm painting the edges burnt umber. Excuse me. I'm going to get all four sides. And on the bigger one, this one I'm painting right now, I'm trying to be careful to not get any on the top. And then on the more rectangular one, I get some on the top, and it's okay, and I'll explain why a little bit later. The print that I'm going to put on this one doesn't fit the whole shape, so I wanted the brown to overlap all the edges of the top part. So I'm just giving that a good dry, and then I will paint the inside and the tops of those just white. And that's where I'm going to Mod Podge my prints. Now I have some darling rooster prints. They come in a bundle in my listing on my Etsy that has 24 prints, and they include all kinds of roosters and cows and pigs, barns, and old-fashioned handwriting on the background and things like that. So they're very vintage and old-fashioned looking, and I love them. So I'm going to be using two of them on these today. And I've got two different sizes in the listing. There's 5 3/4 by 5 3/4, and then there's also 2 3/4 by 5 3/4. So I'm using one of each of those sizes today on these two projects. So I'm just spreading a good layer of white, because I want the white behind my print so it won't darken up, because I just printed on regular printer paper, and sometimes if you have a dark background, then it'll darken up your print. So after I get this all painted, then I'm going to put a layer of Mod Podge and dry that as well. And I didn't think ahead, and so on the smaller one that I have, the brown around the edges, I didn't put enough of it, because some of the white still shows when I put the print over it. So I didn't plan ahead, so then I have to kind of sand off some of that white and paint a thicker edge of brown all around the top of that. So I kind of created problems for myself that didn't need to happen if I would have just planned ahead and measured and set the paper on and made sure beforehand. But live and learn. So I ended up making it work just fine anyway. But okay, so here's some of my prints that are in this listing, and they're very, very pretty. So I'm going to cut one big one and one little one out. And the big one is bigger than my surface that I'll put it on. And this one is smaller, so that's why I put an edge of brown edge all around. That's where I'm seeing that it wasn't working. So I'll work on this one first, and I get it laid out where I want it, making sure it's straight. Now I'll put some parchment paper over the top and use my little mini travel iron, which is so handy. And just give that a good iron, and the heat reactivates that Mod Podge and adheres paper quite well to the surface. I prefer this way more than applying it while it's wet. This just seems to work out better for me. So off camera, I painted more of the edge brown. I sanded the white off and painted some more brown. Now I'm just using my Tim Holtz Distress ink and going around all the edges of the paper, just kind of make it blend into the brown that will be behind the edges, if that makes sense. And both these prints are real vintagey and kind of old-fashioned looking anyway, so just the distressing just really kind of seems to fit the theme of it. So now I'll just position that right where I want it, put the parchment on it again, and do the same process with my mini iron. As you can see, it's quite quick and easy and just so simple. So now I'm going to use my little gator sander. Just go around all the edges and get the excess paper off. Just makes a nice smooth edge all around the project. There was a little extra glue that had come out, so I took some extra sanding there. So I just grab a Kleenex, kind of wipe the dust off. And they're so cute already. Now I just decided I wanted to distress the edges just slightly. So I'm just sanding all the edges. Not going crazy on it, just a little bit. I just like that look, kind of weathered and older. Didn't have to do it too much on this bigger one. I'm going to do two different things on these. So I'm using my Distress ink and making sure any white edges are covered up with that. And kind of getting the corners a little bit too. So on this thinner one, I'm going to go around about 3 times with jute twine. So I'm just hot gluing it, the end in back. And like I said, I'll go around 3 times. Cut that off and I'll glue that end on as well. I have a bunch of tags here that I've made, and I have a listing for these as well, and then the link will be below. And one says, What the Cluck, another one says, Rooster Whisperer, another one says, Rise and Shine, and the other one says, Farm Charm. So on this one, I kind of cut all the corners and punched a hole in it. Now I'm just distressing all the edges again, and I'm just going to put a bow through that hole and glue it onto the top of the jute twine that's around that block. And this one I decided to use What the Cluck on this one. Just getting the bow lengths and the loops the way I want them. And I'll just put a little dab of glue and glue it on. And then that one will be done. Super cute. And for this one, I wasn't going to put a tag, but I decided to. So I'm going to do the Rise and Shine on this one. And I'm cutting the corners on that one as well. And then I decided to cut off that extra on the left side. Now I'm going to distress this one as well, and I'm just going to glue this onto the bottom of the print, right on the front. So I'm just going to use my Tombow liquid paper glue on this. I could have used hot glue too, either way. Last thing I'm doing on this one is I have these bronze or brass kind of drawer pulls. And I got those on Amazon, so the link will be below as well. There was a little bit of white part, so I just got a little bit of brown paint on my finger and dabbed it on there. So now I'm just deciding where I'm going to put them, trying to get it right in the center. So I'm going to put a little dab of E6000 on each end. And my E6000 is almost gone, and it's getting dried out a little bit. So I struggle a little bit getting it on each end. But I got just a tiny little dab for permanent solid hold, and then hot glue for my instant hold. Just going to put that right in the center. And these are great little shelf sitters. They look great on tiered trays, in a windowsill, on a shelf, anywhere that you need a little extra filler. And thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your support. Please like and subscribe to my channel. And you have a whimsical day. Thank you so much.